Hello, and welcome to Convince the Atheist. My name is Steven, and here's your chance to save a soul. So today we're going to be discussing Noah's Ark, a beloved children's story that somehow contains the single greatest death toll of any mass extinction event documented in Earth's history. If you're unfamiliar with this story, basically God was fed up with his children's misbehaving, so he decided to do something about it. But instead of just turning off the TV and sitting them to bed without dinner, he shook the cosmic etch-a-sketch and just decided to start over. Well, he decided to drown them all, and their pets too, for good measure. If that phrasing offends you, just remember that the Christians are the ones that believe this happened and still serve the guy, not me. So basically God found one family that he decided was worthy of living, told them to build a super big ark and to get 2 of each animal on there to save. No, if you're like me and you think this sounds a bit fishy, you're not alone. Obviously, because you're like me. But anyway, the logistics of bidding 2 of every kind of animal on a boat the size of 1.5 football fields is totally mind-boggling. And let's not forget about all the food and supplies they would need. It's like trying to fit a whole city on a cruise ship, but without a buffet. Sure, so I'm not saying a guy can do anything he wants, but can he really? Can he make a burrito so hot that even he can't eat it? Can he create a rock so big that he can't lift it? These are the real questions we should be asking. So until he has some actual evidence that this floating zoo really happened, we'll just have to stick with the more plausible explanation. It's just a story. Oh, and my bed dragon in the backyard, yeah, he's still there. But let's look at it a little bit further. Noah's Ark, the ultimate cruise ship for all animals. Except, not really. See, the Bible claims that Noah managed to fit 2 of every single animal on board, along with all of their food and water, for a 40-day boat ride. But let's be real here. Have you ever tried packing for a long trip? And we're just talking about clothes and snacks, not lions and hippos. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, there are over 2 million species of animals on Earth. Even if Noah only had to take care of 1% of them, but still 20,000 animals. And let's not forget about their specific needs and habitats. Sorry, but the Ark isn't exactly a 5-star hotel with customized rooms for each guest. Speaking of guests, have you ever seen an elephant? They're huge, and they eat a lot, like a lot alive. The World Wildlife Fund says that a single elephant needs to eat 350 pounds of food per day. Multiply that by 2, or well 6, because there are 3 species of elephants currently discovered if we're being accurate. Multiply that by 6, and that's a whole lot of salad for Noah and his family to toss. Also, I'm pretty sure a global flood that covered the entire Earth would require a heck of a lot of water. Like, we're talking an insane amount of water that simply does not exist on Earth. And if that's not enough to raise some eyebrows, let's think about the kangaroos for a minute. These cute little hoppers are only found in Australia. So how on earth did they get to the Ark in the first place? And even if they did somehow manage to fuck all the way over there, how did they get back home with all that ocean in between? And why didn't they leave 80 descendants on any of the other continents? These are the kind of questions that keep me up at night, folks. Listen, I know Noah's Ark may seem like a fun story to tell your kids at bedtime, but it should remain just that, a story, not something passed off as truth. But hey, if any of you devout Christians out there have a different take on things, don't be shy. Let's hash it out like a couple of grandmas at a bingo game in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Convince the Atheist. As always, let's keep the conversation going.